Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us. The fantasies, no one can judge us, no one can judge us. This is for us. Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us. Open up your brown book, baby. Open up your brown book. Open up your brown book, baby. Look.
Hey, Fred, gotta have a little sway with it.
It's for you, it's for us. The fantasy, no one can judge us, no one can judge.
I like the way you
This
sway.
is for us. Open up your brown
That
book,
Detroit in me.
It's for you, it's for us.
I love it.
The fantasy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, y'all. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Shay Baby, and welcome back to another episode here at the Brown Book Series. You guys, y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share. Let them know that your favorite romance show is on, honey, and we have awesomeness every Wednesday night, okay? Every Wednesday night is going down. You're going to love it. And tonight, he's new to the show, you guys. So we're going to be real cool, real good, real nice, real easy. Welcome for the very first time here at the Brown Book Series, contemporary romance author, honey. And he's so cute over there. Frederick Smith. Hi, Frederick.
Hey.
How are you, darling?
You know what? I am doing well today. I can't believe it's Wednesday. I've lost track of days recently.
Oh, yeah.
But I just literally checked into a hotel in Sacramento, California, where it's like 105 degrees.
Ooh,
And it's hot in Central California. I live in a Bay Area where it's like 30 degrees, 40 degrees cooler. And so I'm sweating right now. I'm here for this Juneteenth conference that the Cal State system puts on for the whole system. And so I'll be speaking there, doing like some workshops, talking about the new book and things like that.
I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Checking the Brown Book Series crew. Renata, what's up, baby? How you doing, sugar? Mitzi, what the hell are you doing? Listen, y'all. Frederick is new to us. Okay, we're gonna be real nice tonight. We're gonna be real good. We ain't go, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get him where he want to come back. Now, after he's been here for a while, then that's when we go show our ass that when he comes back. So you know what I'm saying? We just let you know, Fred. That's just what we do. Misty, you heard my spiel now. Don't y'all be good. Just be nice. Y'all be good with the young Frederick, okay? Be nice with the young Frederick. So Frederick. Good, baby. Listen, because honey, the children will show out. You hear what I said?
Okay.
Okay, the kids come through. Tell us a little bit about you outside of the literary world, because we're gonna get into that. But what is it like in the day in the life of contemporary romance author, honey? Frederick Smith.
So,
yes.
So I currently am based in California in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area,
Nice.
but I am originally from Detroit, Michigan.
He's from the D, everybody. He's from the D.
The big D, yeah.
Yes.
So all my family is in like Detroit or Chicago, Cleveland, Indianapolis, those little cities around the Great Lakes and everything. So born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, come from a proud family of like auto workers, factory workers, postal workers, government workers, and things like that. Went through the Detroit public schools, went to Renaissance High School. For those who are from Detroit, they know about that famous Renaissance cast rivalry that goes on for Detroiters and everything. But I don't know, a little bit more about me, traveled west when I went to colleges, Missouri, Chicago, then out in California. And I don't know, what else? Some of my interests, I love podcasts. I love audiobooks. I like reading.
You know what, Frederick?
What?
Let me tell you, man, you're going to get along great. First of all, back to this 1 second. Missy said, welcome, Arthur Frederick. Nah, fuck nice. We are wrong. We are. You're right now. You're right about it. We're going to be cool this first time, though. But listen, you know what, Frederick? You're the first person. Y'all help me think that as far as authors go, that come on here and we ask them what they do. Everyone says, oh, I'm an introvert. Got a boring life. You're the only one that got on here outside of the legends, you know, they
Yeah.
doing everything. That literally is like, hey, listen, I'm traveling, I'm having fun, I'm doing me, I'm writing books, I'm you know, I love it.
Oh, well, you know, that's just me. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of me that's an introvert, but I
But
really
all of
love,
us, you know, a
I
little
really love being in front of people, talking to people, doing, you know, podcast interviews, being online and stuff like that. I'm kind of a social person, kind of a social butterfly, but I have my introverted side. Let me see what else. I grew up watching the stories with my grandma and my auntie.
Wait. Are you an ABC kid or a CBS kid?
I was a CBS kid.
Oh, you over there with Victor Newman and honey.
Victor Newman and Drusilla.
Yeah, listen, I'm trying to tell you now. Now, I was an ABC kid because you know I'm
Okay.
down with Erica Kane.
Okay.
So you know,
Erica Kane with the 11 last names.
How about that? So,
Yeah.
but whenever I cheated with Victor.
Okay, Victor and them.
Yeah.
Victor Newman. Victor Newman
Yes.
raised generations of Black babies.
Yes, he had. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, baby, and honey, Eric Braden can get it every day, all day, and twice.
Ooh, even at 84, 83?
At 84, 83, 94, 93. He could be on his deathbed, baby. He said, let me get some one last time. I'm going to be like this. Come on, Victor. Let's get it.
Okay, come on, Victor.
Come on, Victor. Come on, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, my goodness.
What's up, baby? We just up here talking about giving Victor Newman some of this old good stuff. She said, don't forget Malcolm. Yeah, okay.
Oh, Malcolm.
Malcolm was over there, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing, honey.
Malcolm,
but it was all.
So you know, I grew up watching the stories with my grandma and aunties and stuff like that. And I don't know, out here in California, you know, a lot of my interests include like outdoor stuff. I like being outdoors, hiking. You know, I like going to the gym. I keep a lot of friends at happy hour. I go to happy hour a little bit after work. So that's a little bit about, you know, who I am and everything. But I'm definitely, you know, invested and part of this whole romance writing industry and everything, which is just really important to me and like kind of my side gig out of my daytime, my day job gig.
So that's crazy. So okay, we're gonna get into that. Okay, this writing thing, right? How did you know that you wanted to be a writer? Like, did you start when you was younger? How did you catch the writing bug? And then once you caught the bug, honey, why romance?
All right. So like I said, growing up in Detroit Public Schools used to invest a lot in the arts for kids. So like you know, writing programs, creative writing, music, the arts, acting, all that kind of stuff. And so I grew up in doing a lot of arts, you know, back in the city growing up. And I used to enter these young writers contests through Detroit Public Schools. Eventually, you know, became high school newspaper editor. I went to college for journalism as well. And so like all my life, I grew up thinking I was going to be like a TV anchor person. And
you still can. Listen, I was an anchor person. You still can.
Okay.
You still can.
I want to. Maybe I'll go back to doing it one day. So actually, I did it for a year after I graduated from Mizzou School of Journalism in TV news. I did it for a year at a small NBC station in the middle of Missouri. And I liked the being on TV part, but I didn't like the kind of stories that I was doing. A lot of crime stories, child abuse.
So you was on the beat? Was you in the studio or you was out on the field?
So in the studio, I did like the 525, 625, 725, 825 cut-ins in between the morning shows. So like, you know, the local news, local weather, all that kind of stuff. Stand in front of the green screen and everything. And then I would get assigned a story either for noon or 5 or 6. And and I ended up being on the crime beat. That wasn't my thing, because when I grew up, I grew up with this aha moment thinking I was going to be doing like Oprah change your life kind of stories.
And you still can.
Well, I still can, but they don't let you do that as a first-year reporter. So you do what they tell you to do.
Because you're in Missouri.
After about a year, I was like, this is not feeding my soul. What do I really want to do?
He was like, I want to do this shit.
And so I stopped. It was going to be nice.
Okay.
But I can cuss too, because I'm from Detroit too.
I listen. This is a safe place.
All right.
I like since you brought what Karen Clark should sing, the safest place.
Okay.
The whole wide world. You do.
So anyway, quit journalism, went back to school to study higher education. But like after my first professional job, my first professional job was in California in the LA area. And so low key, I went to LA both to do my higher ed job. I worked at a campus called Cal State LA, but I secretly wanted to write for The Young and the Restless. That was like my dream job. Never happened. So I just enrolled in some creative writing classes at UCLA Extension, creative writing
Okay.
classes, and had these wonderful teachers, Denise Hamilton and Carrie Madden, who they were grooming me to kind of so I would be writing these story assignments for class, and it eventually turned into my first novel, which is called Down for Whatever, which I can talk
Yeah.
about in a minute.
Yeah.
But every week I would come in and I was writing stories kind of like Elin Harris about Black and gay people kind of discovering themselves, figuring out who they are with their lives and everything. And they were just all fascinating because it was a class of like mostly white women who, they were just doing creative writing classes as a hobby, something to do to pass time. And I was like, I'm serious about this. And so they would just be so fascinated with reading stories about Black people, about gay people and everything. And eventually my instructor, Carrie Madden, invited me to be part of her writers group. Then Denise Hamilton, who writes these mystery novels set in Los Angeles. She was launching a soft cover book of one of her mysteries. And she was talking about me at a party with this guy named John Scanamilio at Kensington. He emailed me like the Monday after she talked about me in my manuscript, and he asked me to send it. 2 weeks later, he emailed me back and said, we'd like to offer you a 2-book contract with Kensington.
Nice.
I did. So it sounds easy, but I did have a little bit of rejection from literary agents. But then when John took me on directly at Kensington, I was like, yeah.
Right. All the literary agents was calling you then, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Don't go with none of them.
Literary agents want a little piece of action and everything.
Yeah, don't go with none of them.
And so that really set my path, because I've always had this interest in like writing stories. I'm sure a lot of romance writers that you talk about the influence of the stories and soaps on them thinking about being creative writers themselves. And so I just thought, I want to be on the creative side. So I was doing higher education. I'm also doing these novels at the same time. And that really like immersed me into just writing fiction. So my first novel, Down for Whatever, came out in 2005. So I've been doing this for 19 years. And I kind of liken it to like a Terry McMillan kind of formula for like Waiting to Exhale. It was like Wait, hold on. We're
going to get into that.
I'm talking too fast. Okay.
You good. Yeah. Pace it out. We go.
All right.
Pace it out. You good. And then you go woosah.
Woosah.
You in the safe place. Get you a drink.
I can talk a million because I can talk. I told you TV news. I can keep talking and talking.
Listen, that's why I tell people I did this for like TV and radio for 25 years. So when I get in like conversations, even the arguments, I'd be like, listen, I talk for a living. You're not going to out-talk me. You're not going to beat me. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I will not out-talk you on your show.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. And I come from a long line of men. You're not going to out-curse me either.
Woo!
but no, you're good. No, I just want you to relax.
Okay, I'm gonna
family, relax. Just relax. And you're gonna be coming to this show a whole lot of more times to tell us everything.
All right.
So you gotta get it all in. You good, baby. We like looking at you, smiling and everything. We good.
All right. So first novel, Down for Whatever, use the formula.
No. We're not ready for that yet.
Okay, what are we going back to?
Yeah, no. We ain't ready for that yet. So now, reverse it. Right. Okay. So now we understand how you got into writing. We get it. And then the romance thing. So is it because then we'll get to the books. We'll go on that. But is the writing style, we're trying to get the craft of it first. Now, once you got into the writing thing, you're like, I want to write fiction. I want to write this. Is it because you're writing about, I guess, the LGBTQ community? You was like, instead of just writing like all fiction, you made it more romance, I guess, because this last book of yours, which the new one that just came out yesterday, is like a romance base. So outside of everything you've written, and we know it's fiction, whatever, but like, why did you hone in on romance itself?
Okay, so specifically romance, I came to romance like during the pandemic, actually. So 2020, 2021, although I had always been reading romance novels, and although my previous novels had romance elements in them, I was not always following the formula that both writers and readers expect. And so during pandemic, when everything went virtual, and there was nothing to do but watch book panels online, that's what I did. And so, some of the first ones I watched were Alyssa Cole's that she did with, I forgot the bookstore on the East Coast.
I forgot,
And then
East Shop or something. I forgot the name of it too.
Not Liberty, it's Loyalty, maybe. I can't remember.
I think it is Loyalty. I think it's
Loyalty that she was affiliated with. And so there was where I got introduced in just the whole, like the world of romance, just in terms of it being an industry, in terms of there being a formula, in terms of there being like expectations that readers have, and just in terms of really thinking about craft. And I grew to have a lot. I won't say I didn't respect romance, but I grew in my respect for romance because one, during that time, I just learned that romance keeps the lights on for the rest of publishing.
Yeah.
And that it often gets disrespected because it's driven by women readers, women writers, women editors. And so, we live in a world that often can be anti-woman. And so I think that's why the romance industry gets so much disrespect from people who don't know it and understand it. Right. So all that given, I was like, this is, my respect growing. I'm like, this is where I want my direction to go in terms of the trajectory of my novels. I really want to dive deep into being part of the romance community, Romancelandia. And so really just started reading a lot. And it wasn't until I picked up this book called Romancing the Beat after hearing about it on one of these shows. And it's a craft book.
Yeah.
And it's a quick book, like maybe 50 pages.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a quick read.
Yep. And it's a roadmap to how to write a romance novel. And it's a roadmap in terms of all the beats that writers expect and that readers need to hit. And so I said, okay, next time out on the publication land, I am using the structure because I really want to show my respect and love for romance. And that is where One and Done came about. That came out yesterday, and we'll talk more about that, I know, later. But that's really what did it, was pandemic, being inside. If we were at my house right now, you'd see all the tables filled with piles of books that I bought because there was nothing to do during pandemic but buy books. And
buy books and read. I know. So you know what? That much I like. Everyone, let's jump over to the Brown Book Series Players Club over here in this chat. What y'all talking about over here? They said they love it. That's what I'm talking about. Hey y'all. Hey. Rom-com deep down for whatever sounds good. It does sound good. Hey, Miss Brenda Woodbury checking in with us. Miss Brenda Woodbury, how you doing, darling? What's going on with you? Hey, y'all, listen, y'all know. Hey, Kim. Hey, boo-boo. Whenever we have a legend coming in, we stop everything just to say hello. So we have the legendary Miss Margie Walker in the building tonight. Hey, Miss Margie. So yeah, Miss Margie, she's gonna be one of our legends that we are honoring at Raw in November. So y'all make sure y'all come on through, honey, and check Miss Margie Walker out, honey. She said, "Listen, I'm still out here in these old streets, honey." She's doing movies and stuff now, child.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, okay, girl. She's like, "Listen, honey, I'm out here." But so thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by here. We're on with contemporary romance author, Mr. Frederick Smith. Mr. Frederick, he's been writing for a long time. But now he came over here in this romance world, honey. So he came over here and found out, he had to come over here and find out, baby. He had to come over here and find out. So Frederick, now let's dive into the literary world. Okay. Let's go into one here, but we're gonna actually go through a couple of them. Yeah. So let's talk about Down for Whatever. Tell us a little bit about this book.
So Down for Whatever was my very first novel, and it came out in July 2005. That was the one that came out of my classroom assignments when I was doing the UCLA creative writing classes. Yeah. And that novel follows the formula that Terry McMillan used for her Waiting to Exhale. Big literary influence on me, Terry McMillan, whose books I used to sneak and read, along with Elin Harris's and James O'Hardy's and Eric Jerome Dickey's. But Terry McMillan was someone who I looked up to, not only because I knew she was from Michigan, and had eventually moved out to California. But I just love the Waiting to Exhale story, both as a film and especially as a novel. And so my first novel, Down for Whatever, follows that formula. 4 best friends looking for love in all the wrong places, set in Los Angeles. They're all gay. Let me see. For that particular novel, 2 are Black, 2 are Latinx or Latino, and they're, like I said, 4 friends looking for love in all the wrong places. And that was my first time entering into the literary world. And I had no idea what to expect. You know, we didn't have a lot of online communities then. So I didn't understand or master the whole idea of publicizing, getting out
The market
there,
part of
knowing
it, yeah.
who to connect to. I mean, you know, 2005, the internet was here, but it wasn't here like it is now. And
Right,
so,
right.
you know, that book and my second book, Right Side of the Wrong Bed, you know, they did okay, but they didn't do as well as, you know, Kensington wanted them to do. And that's okay. So we parted
And that
ways.
was in 2005. So you, when you signed with
2005,
Kensington, was in
and then
2005.
2007 was Right Side of the Wrong Bed, which was kind of
Okay.
like the story of 2 mismatched lovers. Like I kind of call it like, think about the gay Bobby and Whitney. People wonder how it works. And it shouldn't be working, but it does work anyway, and Right Side of the Wrong Bed. And so that, I mean, it was kind of a romance, but it didn't end on the happiest ending.
Right.
And I won't spoil it for people and things like that.
It did not end on that. Question for you though. Let's go back to Down for Whatever. So I know you said you took the formula from like Terry McMillan. Is that the reason why you did about the friendship, but the 4 friends, or did you already have the idea that I want to write about a story about 4 friends, and oh, you know what? It's Terry McMillan. I mean, so which came first?
Well, Terry McMillan came first.
Well, she came from, but I'm just saying, it's your idea of how you
but in
wanted
terms of the story, no. So this novel actually came up just, you know, every week we had to turn in like 10 pages, 15 pages. And so, you know, I remember my very first scene I wrote, it was about this group of friends going out to a club on a Saturday night. They were going to a gay club in Los Angeles. And it was kind of like their deep dive into gay club land in LA. Teacher and the classmates were just so fascinated. And so she came back to me after that first like chapter that I submitted. And she's like, I want to hear more about this character who you wrote about. So your next assignment, write about, you know, Raphael. Next assignment, write about Tommy, who you listed. Next assignment, write about Keith. Next assignment, you know, the 4th character. And so before I knew it, as we cycled through this 16-week semester, you know, and every week we're turning something in, I had turned in quite a few, you know, chapters in the making for this work in progress. I didn't know I was writing a book at all. I was just following the teacher's instructions. One thing I learned really easily, I think, you know, I grew up being a teacher's pet. So I learned how to, when teachers told you what they wanted and needed, I learned how to follow their direction. And I think that's why I kind of became a teacher's pet and things like that. So I just learned how to perform the teacher's needs and wants and stuff like that. And so anyway, by the end of this semester's class, couple of semesters, I joined her writers group and workshopped the pages, which eventually became a manuscript with her writers group, which eventually led to that first book, Down for Whatever. But yeah, Terry McMillan had always been in my brain, not in terms of like copying, because totally different.
Well, yeah, no, never
formula. And I know a lot of people in that period in the 90s and 2000s followed a similar formula: 4 best friends, 3 best friends. You know, that was kind of what Eric Jerome Dickey did, Terry McMillan, Elin Harris, etc.
Yeah,
who were all my literary kind of role models and everything. And so that's where Down for Whatever came from. And I still think fondly of both those novels with Kensington. You can get a good used copy somewhere because they're out of print right now, but hopefully one day I can get rights back and find another house for them, because I think they're really good novels.
You'll be able to. Kensington, they're a good company as far as that goes too. As far as they're good. So you'll be able to get those back and just like you said, give them to somebody else. All right, so we talked about Down for Whatever. We talked about now we got to talk about Play It Forward. Yeah, because we was on the Right Side of the Wrong Bed. So now Play It Forward. Tell us a little bit about Play It Forward.
So Play It Forward is my first novel that I did I did with this company I'm with right now called Bold Strokes Books. Bold Strokes Books is set in, or they're located in New York, and they focused on LGBTQ literature. So they're a mid-sized press, but all the books, all the authors, or all the subject matters relate to LGBTQ communities, whether it's, you know, LGBT. So anyway, Play It Forward, my first novel for them, I kind of call it my socially just sports novel. So picture a community activist named Malcolm Campbell who runs Malcolm. Hey, Malcolm. I know. Hey, Malcolm. Malcolm runs a community organization that is trying to help young Black gay people kind of get their lives together and get on the up and up. Maybe they haven't been supported by their families. Maybe they were on the streets. Maybe they're trying to grow up a little bit too fast. And so Malcolm serves as a role model in terms of running this agency for LGBTQ youth in Play It Forward. So he invites this basketball player named Terrell, and I'm blanking on Terrell's last name right now. I don't have the book in front of me, but Terrell is just invited to be a keynote speaker and to hand out some gym shoes to all the kids and the youth who utilize the center. Well, lo and behold, Terrell has a secret relationship with an R&B singer. And, they're off the grid. No one knows about Tommy and Terrell.
Tommy and Terrell like that.
Tommy and Terrell. Yeah. So they're just living this closeted Black celebrity life. But Terrell and Malcolm they have a little spark for each other. And Malcolm, because he leads this community organization, slowly but surely kind of builds a sense of community, safety, and trust with this pro basketball player who opens up to him about who he is, about his life, about being in this relationship with Tommy that maybe isn't the best, but because, they're both celebrity, they've got all this NDA stuff going on, they can't exactly break up. So they're kind of just stuck together in this big mansion, on the water in LA. And so eventually, Terrell and Malcolm find their happily ever after. It doesn't follow the romance formula, but it does have a happily ever after. And I love that book so much. And so I call that my sports romance novel between the community activist and the professional athlete. I have a thing for players.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too. We'll talk about that tea later.
There's something about that height.
What you say? Okay. I'll be like, let me tell you something. I need something I can put my hands and my feet on, baby. Look, okay.
Oh, the shoulder. Anyway,
all that. You hear what I'm saying? I'm talking about spider monkey. Here I come, boo. Let's go. Okay, so Play It Forward. Okay, so then we're gonna Play It Forward. Now, okay, so this next book we're gonna talk about is In Case You Forgot. You co-wrote that with Chaz Lamar Cruz.
Yeah. So my next two novels with Bold Strokes books, I did a co-author thing for two novels. And I did that for a couple of reasons. One, so in the middle of Play It Forward and In Case You Forgot, I went back to school and I earned a doctorate degree at Loyola Marymount University in educational leadership for social justice. And there, I studied Black women activists in higher education. So that's kind of my focus. And, the respect I have for people who really push and advocate for making change. So finished my program. Bold Strokes Books emailed me and said, okay, you're done with this school thing. We need another novel. What do you want to do? So one of my former students from Cal State LA ended up being one of my coworkers. He was working with me as an assistant director. I was director of this department at the time. And so I got the email and I went across the hall and I said, Chaz, you do spoken word, you write, you're an aspiring writer. Would you want to be a co-author with me on a novel?
Nice.
He said, absolutely, yes. So I did it for that reason because one, it was me kind of getting back into the literary world after a little bit of a hiatus. Play It Forward came out in 2015. And In Case You Forgot, came out in 2019. So there was a hiatus when I wasn't on the literary scene for a little bit. And so I was like co-writer because not that I've forgotten how to write, but I just thought it would be great just to have that scaffolding of someone else, like an accountability partner. But then also because since I come from an education world, and I think it's important for us to give back, give people chances, give people platforms and stuff. I knew that this would be a great opportunity for Chaz to get his name out there as a writer, as a spoken word writer, and now he's like working on TV projects and internet shows and spoken word and writing for blogs and everything. So we co-wrote In Case You Forgot together, and that novel came at an interesting time in both of our lives. We both had experienced some losses, which kind of were reflected in the beginning of the novel. We both kind of did some relocation in the city of Los Angeles to new neighborhoods, which the two characters also did. But it is completely fiction. But it really follows the journey of these two Black gay men who are going from lost to living again. And
I like
they
that.
both find romance, not with each other, although they have one romantic scene together, but they realize, they're like oil and water. They can't be together.
Yeah.
They tried it once. They're like, we can just be friends.
We could just be friends, honey, and that's okay.
We tried it. It was good. It was fun, but we're going to be friends and everything. We know how that happens. Sometimes you just have a friend and you just slip, and then you're like, we're going to be friends again. At least in the gay community.
In all the communities, honey.
Okay.
In every community you in, honey, we call them old Cuddy Buddy, honey.
Okay,
listen,
yeah. What's that Deborah Cox song? We can't be friends.
We can't be friends, honey. This where she said nobody's supposed to be here. That's what she said, honey.
Right.
Right. I'm like, well, what they supposed to be here, girl? Speaking of supposed to be here, we already checked in with one legend that checked in with us tonight, Miss Margie Walker. We have another legend who just tiptoed through the building. Ladies and gentlemen, New York Times, USA Today's bestselling author Brenda Jackson is in the building. The legends are coming through, honey. The legends are coming through, of course.
Hi, Brenda Jackson. I love and respect you so much. So much.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
Yes.
All right, so and then of course, Brenda, she is out here. You can go to her site and go to her events page and figure out what she's going to be. But November the 1st and 2nd, she will be in Old Town Alexandria at the Hilton at the Raw Experience. So make sure you get your tickets. Come on out and hang out with Miss Brenda Jackson, Margie Walker, and so many, many, many others. Midnight Ace is in the building. Midnight Ace for Midnight Ace Book Bar. You got to go on her show, Frederick. She's another influencer who has her podcast. I'm telling you, she has all the big hitters over there as well. So you got to check out this Midnight Ace or Midnight Ace Book Bar. Now listen, let's get back into these old books, honey. So in case you forgot, so we talked about that, but you did 2 with Chaz, which is great now because he's doing his own thing, and we absolutely love that. Your new release that came out yesterday. Happy book birthday. One and done. Close up on the book there. Nice.
Sorry for the shine. It's kind of sunny here in Sacramento right now.
All right. He's sunny in Sacramento. I know that's right, honey. I love it.
105 is not cute.
It's not cute, but you are, though. It don't matter. We can make any weather look cute, honey. Make any weather look cute, honey. Look, glisten, baby. You'll be just fine, honey. Just fine. So listen, tell us about your new release, One and Done.
All right. So One and Done, I am so excited about it because, again, like I shared earlier, completely immersed in the romance community. Yes, so I describe it as a Black, gay, higher ed, Bay Area romance novel. It is set at a fictional university in the city of San Francisco. And the 2 main characters, one of the main characters is named Dr. Taylor James. He's kind of goal-driven, motivated, eternally single, but that's by choice because his family has kind of set up all their expectations. He comes from 3 generations of educators, and they've set him up to follow their expectations of being the first kind of university president in the family. And he aspires to be the first openly gay Black president. Now, we know there probably are some, but the politics, you can't always be open as a president of the university. But
you can be gay, but you can't be open.
Yeah, but this character, Taylor James, is totally out and proud about who he is and enters spaces, totally knowing who he is and everything. But he's in this process of he only goes out once a week for like this kind of Sunday fun day, drag brunch with his friends and everything. And at this kind of drag brunch that's based on Beyonce Renaissance themes, he encounters this person named Dustin McMillan, who is in the Bay Area for this assignment. He's a consultant, project manager. Dustin, lo and behold, they find out they don't get along too well at this drag brunch. They go back and forth about the city of San Francisco. They go back and forth about who's tipping what to each other and everything. But lo and behold, they don't realize that 2 days later, when they get to the university, they're both working on this accreditation process for the university that Taylor James works for. Accreditation is picture it like a review process that schools and colleges go through to make sure they're on the up and up and everything. So They don't like each other in the beginning, but they have to work together on this work project. Dustin McMillan arrogantly tells Taylor, you know, I make presidents because if you're successful at this, it sets you up to be a president. So they realize that even though they don't like each other, they got to work together.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of tropes that I think that people, you know, will appreciate. First of all, both of the characters are over the age of 40.
That's what I loved more about it. It's my mature
wanted to write about some
romance.
grown-up characters, you know.
Yeah.
And as I've aged, my characters have grown up as well. You know, I used to write about people in their 20s, then 30s, and now, you know, 40s and everything. So both characters are over 40. It has like the close proximity, workplace romance, only one bed, road trip, you know, kind of tropes and everything. And so I'm just so excited about this novel, and really thankful for the romance community, like embracing me in this, having so many like writer friends who I've grown in community with, like be supportive with advice, with their knowledge, you know, as they support me, I support them back. And I always have been, I've always been supportive of other writers and authors and things like that, no matter whether I have a project out or don't have a project out. But I've really appreciated kind of the reception and the buzz around One and Done, the support that's been out there. It came out yesterday, and, you know, release day is interesting. Release day, you know, it's kind of like you're at the end of this marathon, but the marathon continues because, well, one, I was on social media I cannot, like, it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I've done nothing but be on my phone, be on my laptop, be on my iPad, responding to people's, you know, congratulatory words, thanking people for their reposts, thanking people for purchasing. And it's like, I can't even describe release date, because it's like you're just sitting at home. It's not like you're out like on the road. At least I wasn't yesterday. But you know, but I've been on podcasts, internet shows. You know, I have a few book events coming up and everything. But release day was just beautiful yesterday, and so I'm really appreciative of just the romance community as a whole. And, you know, as such, you know, I'll be involved in many romance cons coming up.
Yes.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yes, we're trying to get Frederick down here raw, honey, and show him how the big boys do it. Let's go.
Yes. And so,
absolutely love
that. So that's One and Done. And of course, you know, it does have to me, a very satisfying, happily ever after.
It does.
And as I was writing, so this is how I know I really am in love with a project that I've written. When I was going through the editing process with my editor, when I was like revising and everything, every time I got to a certain point in the book, I started crying tears of joy myself. And I'm not even a character in the novel. And so I was like so moved by the love that Taylor and Dustin eventually grew to have for each other, and the future they plan to build together as these two 40-something Black professional men moving forward, you know, with one, you know, fulfilling his goals, the other one supporting the other one.
You know what? I really love that they were over 40. I'm like, this is a true mature romance. Now, speaking of romance, we have this other episode, we have another segment we do here at the Brown Book Series. It's called Who'd You Rather? Where we take your characters, we put them against each other. You let us know who you want to have a one-night stand.
I hope I know who they are, because I don't watch a lot.
You know what? I only did one because I was like, you know, one book is only a real true romance, romance. So I just made you choose between, and they spelled it wrong, Taylor or Dustin.
Okay. Dustin in this book.
I knew you was gonna say Dustin.
Oozes off the page. He's the kind of guy that I would even like to kind of meet. I was picturing like his dark skin and his little high top sponged, you know, high top and everything. And I was like, and Dustin has this raspy voice, you know, has this sarcastic, you know, kind of, you hate him, but you're heated by him at the same time.
Yeah.
Woo! And that is the best kind of chemistry to have, both in real life and on the page. So I would rather Dustin, but I think Taylor is kind of cool too, because Taylor is just super focused. And, you know, I think that for many people who are of a mature age and, over 35, over 40, when it comes to thinking about love and next steps, it's not just about, the superficial stuff. I mean, of course, looks play in the picture, but it's also about
Right.
what's on the inside. Where's someone going? Are they actually
Yes.
doing stuff related to their potential, not just saying what they want to do, but
Right.
doing what they want to do and just letting the results show for themselves. And that's what I see in Taylor. And that's what I see in Dustin too. These are just two professional Black men who happen to be gay, who happen to, hate each other at first, but fall for each other, but who really are at a point in their lives where they really want to be together. And I think that that's what mature, love can look like.
Yes.
I love the way that, romance formula, there's always the third act, tension, breakup, I don't want to see you anymore.
Yeah.
But their arguments are like adult arguments. Like it's not like throwing pots and pans across the house or anything. It's like they actually sit and talk. And they actually sit and talk and say, we don't have to yell at each other. We can still communicate with each other and get our points across and still respect each other. And that's what I wrote in terms of like their communication with each other. And that's what I think that many people, including myself, aspire to have with people. There's no need to raise the voice unless there's some, there's no need to raise the voice. They have adult quiet arguments with each other when they
I
do
like
have
the adult. I like that. Brenda Jackson says, thank you, and she loved your book cover.
Oh, thank you. Can I tell you a little bit about the book cover artist in case any of you might be interested in him? So his name is Ray Jean-Gilles, JEAN-GILLES. He's actually a former student of mine. Again, bringing someone along, what I say, we lift as we climb, or we climb as we lift, something like that.
Listen,
and so
that's
Ray was
the
a former
theme. That's
student
the
of
theme
mine.
for Raw, lifting while climbing. That's how you got to do it.
Exactly. So Ray was a former student of mine, who's an aspiring artist. He's a great artist because you see the cover. And I realized recently that he wants to do his own art shows and paintings and stuff. And so, as we were kind of coming up with the concept for this, I asked Bold Strokes Books, can I work with an outside artist, please? And they said, absolutely. I'm like, because for this one, I really wanted to feel authentically, I wanted the Black characters to look Black. I wanted them to have faces. I wanted them to have kind of the hair and the look and the eyes. And so, so as I described this to Ray and I shared with him just the first chapter, he came up with this like that. And so I'm like, to hit it off for a book cover on the first draft. Well, we went through a couple of revisions, but the concept
he got your vision
right now. He got the vision. And so we worked together really well. So Ray Jean-Gilles, I know on Instagram, he goes by Queer Mocha. He kind of did an internet break. I'm hoping he's out of it now because I'm like, Ray, people love the cover that you designed. You gotta get back on Instagram, get back online so that you can capitalize on so many people loving the cover. And I've heard so many compliments about it. They say it pops, the colors pop, the blackness pop.
Well, the blackness part, and it's a man, and something about a man. You have the pictures, and you just have the regular stock pictures or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can actually see. I love that how their their necktie just kind of like
going
swing
in the wind.
Yeah, I like that. It's just like you got just two brothers just walking down the streets shooting the shit. Like what we
I know.
eating,
and then if you look at it, I love the way their eye contact is.
Yes.
That kind of like, yeah, what's up? What's up?
What's up? What we doing?
I was like, it just molders off the page when I look at that cover.
You was like, hey, Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
Hey, Dustin. I absolutely love it. Now, Frederick, Author's Moments. What's your most urgent priority for the rest of the year, both in the literary world and in your personal life?
All right. So personal life right now, I just want to enjoy the summertime. This was so I work in a college setting, and this was a really tough and stressful like school year. We know there were protests everywhere. I'm usually the one out there negotiating with people protesting. And so I'm like, summertime, I just want to breathe and enjoy the one and done season. And try to finish up my next novel, which I want to get in. Usually summertime is when I try to do my big writing. So finish the next novel is my personal, and I guess that's my literary goal too. Finish the next novel, at least a strong first draft, so that we can workshop it, get it edited, during the fall, winter months and everything for an eventual publication date. My other literary goal is, so right now I am unagented. So I am working without an agent with Bold Strokes Books, and I love them and everything. But I'm also wanting and wanting to do my next steps literary in terms of companies, in terms of literary agents and things like that. And so that's my next goal, is to become agented again. I had an agent, then I stopped working with an agent, and then
What the agent that you had, you can't just go back and be like, hey girl, hey boy, hey, or whatever, what y'all doing? Pick back up.
I'm not sure if they're in the industry anymore. And
Oh,
so
okay.
after the Kensington years ended, we kind of, ended too. So yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. All right.
But it's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. We're gonna find you a good agent.
We keep moving forward. Yeah.
Move forward. We're gonna find you a good one. All right, cool. Author's moments. And being a novelist, what did you learn a little too late?
I learned too late that we are our own best champion. Yeah. That there's never a such thing as too much marketing, too much being confident in yourself, too much talking about your project and things like that. Sometimes, and I know early on with my first 2 novels with Kensington, I just didn't know. I didn't know anything about getting out there. Internet was there. It wasn't as strong in terms of community building as it is now. Now I have learned my lesson. I'm like, I'm gonna talk about my novel everywhere I get a chance.
Every time I open my mouth,
I'm gonna have my tagline. I even I even had some T-shirts made with the book cover that I can wear out in the time. And so what I have learned a little too late is that we are our own best champion. And we've got to speak up about ourselves. We got to speak up for ourselves. We got to, not feel shy about promoting ourselves. And there might be some people who are like, I've even had people like within some book companies, kind of say, Fred, not everyone wants to hear about your book every single day. Put up some cat pictures, put up some dog pictures and stuff. But I'm like, I also want to talk about my book too. So,
So, honey, just put the cat next to the book, honey.
That part.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Put the cat next to the book and have him say meow when it's done. Whatever. Okay. I love it. All right. Author's moments. If you could have tea with one fictional character of yours, who would it be and why?
Oh, if I could have tea. Well, besides Dustin,
we don't want to drink with Dustin. We want to do something else with Dustin.
Yeah, we want to do something. Yeah, we can't just have tea, because tea means you're gonna have a cup of tea and go home. I really like the character of Malcolm Campbell and Play It Forward. Just so down to earth, so giving of himself, so helpful with these youth that are coming through the agency and trying to help them, become productive little gay boys and lesbian women and things like that. And so I think that Malcolm Campbell would actually be a good friend to have, because he's trustworthy. All of his friends, like him in this novel. He even took in his 19-year-old nephew, who his sister back in Indiana was like, because his 19-year-old nephew has these aspirations and Play It Forward to be the first gay rapper. Of course, now we have Lil Nas X. So I'm like back in the day when I wrote Play It Forward, who knew we would have Lil Nas X now? But he takes in his nephew, who wants to be the first big Black gay rapper. And there's something about Malcolm Campbell and Play It Forward who I really, would want to have tea with and talk with. Okay, I love it. All right, author's moments. If you could sit down with your 15-year-old self, what would you? Oh, it says her, but what would you tell him? That's okay. We used
to have a whole bunch of women over here. My bad.
And that's all good. Like I think so. Here's what I would say. Things eventually work out in the end. And I say that because, starting in 9th grade back at Renaissance High School in Detroit, we had to keep a journal. And so I started writing a journal first as a class assignment, but now I keep a journal now because it's just mentally healthy and good and stuff. But I look back at some of the stuff that bothered me back when I was 15 years old. And I'm like, wow, that's nothing compared to adulting and adult life. And so I think what I would just tell myself is that all the things that I worried about as 15, it's all going to work out. is not as big or as bad as I think it is. And you know what? And the other thing, so I'm gonna give you an exclusive right now. Like I've been thinking about this a lot. So
Oh, okay,
one,
hold on, wait. What is it? What you been thinking about? What you been
okay,
thinking about? Okay.
this is gonna be like my therapy moment with you. So you
I'm
kind of
with you.
brought this
Let's
out.
go.
So I know earlier, you were saying, oh wow, you're so, you were making me smile, blush. Like he handsome, he cute, smile, da 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 da. And
All
everything.
true. All true.
So like it's only now at this point in my life where I really feel it and believe it as a grown up. I wish I had the same kind of confidence about and not that looks are everything, because I'm not a
Right.
superficial, shallow person, but I wish
Right.
I knew just how people looked at me and saw me back at 15, 16, 21, 30, and things like that. I don't think I always had the confidence in myself. I'm still working on it right now. And so when people do give me compliments about, me and, superficial stuff like, looks or appearance or style or whatever, I'm kind of like, wow, I own that. I guess I
Yeah.
am. But
Yeah.
I wish when the stuff I would have done when I was in
Yeah.
college, if I had known, but I probably would have been a bad boy and I probably would have broken too many hearts and stuff like that. So maybe it is good that we mature into how we feel about ourselves as we get older. But I wish I felt it when I was younger, because I think that all the things that I told myself no about, all the people who I didn't go for, all the people who I didn't approach, or things I didn't do, I probably would have done them if I had just had a little more confidence in myself and everything. So there's
Well,
an
now,
excuse for you.
well, no, you're good. I love that. And now is the acceptable time.
Yeah.
Darius Rucker, I love Darius Rucker. He wrote this song, and it was called Time. And he was saying, thank you for all the doors that was closed. Thank you for the stop sign I didn't make. Thanks for the red, what I'm saying? Thank you for everything, because it kind of held him up. And
Uh-huh.
now he's what he has now. Stuff you get to the stuff what you need, whether it's finances, whether it's confidence, whether it's anything, in the right time. So now's your time. It wasn't for you back then. They needed you to be shy, to build character, to be not so much in yourself, so you was
Yeah,
able to help others. You're an activist. You was
exactly.
on the front line, so you couldn't do that. Being pretty boy out there stepping and shit. So you know what I'm saying, honey.
Yeah.
What they say on the help, honey. You is beautiful. You is kind. You is
You were smart, you was kind, you was
you're
beautiful.
smart. You kind. You beautiful. All that. You know what I'm saying. So it don't matter what happened back then. You good. You good now.
Yeah. So
You
I think
good
for
now.
any 15-year-old, whether it's myself or others, just growing that confidence in yourself. Things are going to
Yeah.
get better. The things that worry you and bother you, it's going to be like small potatoes when you become adult.
Yeah.
You got to think
And
about.
15 is such a crazy age, man. I was in so much trouble when I was 15. Honey, you was good. At 15, I was in so
But
much trouble.
15 now is like grown up. Like 15 and 18 now is like
Yeah.
and like so sometimes I wonder, I'm like, when I was growing up, I didn't hear about all this stuff about. I mean, maybe we did have anxiety and depression and stuff, but it's like
We
now
didn't
it's like,
hear about it.
yeah.
It's like that's the go-to. Everything like, damn, everybody depressed. Damn, everybody got anxiety. Like everybody, what the hell?
Everybody's on
We
some med or something,
Yeah, but they
and
did
not that
have
there's
us on
anything wrong
Ritalin
with
back in the
that.
day.
If you are facing something, it's serious. But I'm like,
Right.
I don't remember that being like a thing when I was
Honey,
growing up.
we
We
was
just kind of went through
outside
about our
playing.
day, and people are like,
Yeah.
go outside and play, get over it.
Yeah, go on outside and play, man. That's what we did. We was outside. We ain't had time for all that shit,
Right.
child. Like, what's wrong with her, honey? She's sad. I don't know.
Go read a book.
Go read a book,
Go
be
write
a
some
romance
economic
book.
block.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I absolutely love. Let's see here. Let's go back to the chat real quick. See what they talking about over here. Let's see here. Mitzi, what you say, baby? I was doing one and done at 15.
Oh.
That's hey.
Okay.
That's that. Hey, we raw over here, baby. I know that's right. She's like
I
one and
love it.
done.
I love it.
Now what? I absolutely love it too. Missy ass is crazy. It's just wonderful. All right, Frederick, dead or alive? If you were hosting a dinner party and could invite 5 people from any era, who would be?
Oh my
Dead or
goodness.
alive?
Okay.
Real people, nobody
Yeah,
else.
definitely real people. So
Yeah.
definitely Oprah Winfrey. I think Oprah is just, to me, Oprah is just so cool.
Okay.
Probably Gail too, because I think the two of them kikiing together would be awesome. I'm trying to think about some of the basketball, like the athletes who I like and everything.
I'm coming
Because
to
you
you.
definitely got to have a pro basketball player there. Whitney Houston,
Oh yes. Oh,
Beyonce,
okay.
and then on the social justice side, no, Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison. If I could just sit and like, I could sit at a dinner table and just listen to Toni Morrison talk all day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
actually, one of the things I nerd out on is I'll just go on, online on YouTube or something and just put on Toni Morrison videos and just listen to her and absorb everything she says
Yeah.
about her life, about love, about writing and everything. And so Oprah, Gail, Toni Morrison, I got to figure out who the basketball player would be, and some
Whitney
combination
Houston.
of Beyonce Renaissance. I mean, Beyonce, Whitney Houston.
Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love that. Oh my God, this is bringing us to the end of our interview. We have one question left.
Okay.
But before we ask this last question, you tell us all things Frederick Smith. Tell us about where to go for your website, your social media handles. Give us your call and response, what you want us to do. Let us know what you got going on, honey. Tell us what you want from us.
Okay, so I'm on all socials under the name F Smith 827. Those are the numbers 827. F Smith 827 on pretty much everything that's social media. 827 is my birthday. I'm a Virgo. Hey. So F Smith 827. My website is fredricklsmith.com. I know it's scrolling on the screen here. And I really just want to encourage people not only to pick up and look at One and Done, purchase One and Done, borrow it, share it on social media, but then also take a look at my backlist too. I have a strong backlist of other novels that I've written from 2005 up until now. And so while you're waiting for my next project, which is lining up to be a second chance romance novel, you've got One and Done, Busy Ain't the Half of It, In Case You Forgot, Play It Forward, Right Side of the Wrong Bed, and the first one, Down for Whatever.
I absolutely love it. All right, last question. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. If you were writing a book about your life, what would the title be?
Oh my goodness. You're doing too much, Fred. Get some sleep. Because I'm always doing something. And so I always say, you're doing too much, get some sleep, sit down, take a break, and things like that. That's advice that friends give to me. It's something I often think about myself. But I'm one of those people who just likes and prides I like being busy. I like having something to do. I just can't sit and do nothing. And so, yeah.
Fred.
Yeah.
That's a long ass book title.
That's a long title. I know. How about chill? Chill.
Let's chill. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. They said this is a great interview. They loving it over there. Yes, Tony is the best. Visit. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. It has been a treat. You guys know what's up. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Go pick up his new book, One and Done. It's awesome. Those titles are awesome. I know, right? Rom-com diva. The titles are awesome. Like, subscribe, and share, and go pick up everything that Frederick, his name is on. Just go get it, go buy it, go support, do whatever. I'm telling you, that One and Done is nice though. I was reading, I'm like, hey y'all. Yo, if you haven't got
me.
Thank you for coming through. Hold 1 second for me. Yo, listen. If you haven't got your tickets for Raw yet, please go pick it up. Go check it out. Go get it. Because listen, it's going to be sold out. And it's going to be awesome. And there's so much going on at Raw. And once we start telling you guys what's going to be there, you're going to gag for the guys, honey. But then the tickets are going to be sold out. So, it's the premier industry event. It's November 1st and 2nd. It's going down to Old Town Alexandria at the wonderful Hilton. So go now, rawexperience.com, and go and get your tickets. And we're going to see if Frederick Smith go hang out with us. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what he's going to do. If he's going to be a raw kid, honey. We love it. Y'all know what's up. Stay positive. And most of all, stay safe. And we'll see y'all next week.
Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us.